Okay.
Alright guys, we just left the Sony E3 experience, PlayStation E3 experience that we went to. We went to the Century City one in Santa Monica. And we just got back, and wow, we are completely torn. Both me and Jake are completely torn between which conference was better, because we really did like Microsoft's a lot. They had a lot of cool content, and it was just games to games, back and back. And Sony came out, and yes, their conference was longer, but at the same time, the content that they showed was equally good, and then adding upon, you know, more about the hardware and software and stuff that's coming. It's just so, I'm so tired, because I really do see the effort that Microsoft is putting into it. I think the new face for Xbox, with Phil Spencer being in charge, really allows them to just, you know, connect with the gamer in the way that, you know, we really do want them to. But it's just so hard, because at the same time, you know, Sony comes out and they're very realistic. You know, what I really love about Sony is the people that work there. When they speak, they're not afraid to, you know, go off of the script. And you notice that a little bit, you know, when they're when they cheer, and when they, you know, point something out, or they're just more of a, they talk in a more, I guess, humanly manner. They're not so robotic as Microsoft usually is. So, I mean, I just really like the people there, but at the same time, I cannot deny that what Microsoft showed was really good. I mean, what do you think, Jake, of the overall Microsoft conference?
What makes it worse for me is that the fact that I have none of the consoles.
Yes.
So I had to choose between the Xbox One or the PS4.
Of course, Jacob's going to get both consoles later on in the future, but initially he has a choice right now to either jump on the Xbox or PlayStation bandwagon. And seeing those two conferences, I mean, after Microsoft... What?
No, keep going.
I know where I'm going.
No, keep going with your conversation.
Oh. See, after Microsoft, it was kind of funny, because he was saying, I have to get an Xbox One now, I have to get an Xbox One now. And, you know, after seeing that press conference, you know, I felt really good too, because it's like, wow, you know, finally some really good content is coming to the Xbox One. But after seeing PlayStation, this guy's like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, pretty much fucked.
He just doesn't know what to do, and price isn't even a factor anymore, because they're the same price now.
Yeah.
However, talk to them about the Destiny bundle that they showed.
There's a Destiny bundle now, which comes with the game itself, with also includes a white PS4.
Limited edition white PS4.
Limited edition white PS4.
Sexy. It looks pretty awesome.
It looks really, yeah, it does look sexy, which I finally reached a decision, but before we go on with that, it also comes with the DualShock 4 white controller.
And a free month of PlayStation Plus.
Yes, and a free month of PlayStation Plus. And for me, I think that's a good deal. Problem is that there's no price tag.
There is no price. I want to go out, and I just want to say, I am thinking it's going to be $450.
I think it's going to be $500.
You think it's going to be $500?
Just because it's limited edition and also comes with the game?
Yeah, I think it's going to be $450. I don't think it's going to be $500, because Microsoft put out the Xbox One at $500 originally, and it included Titanfall, and Titanfall was completely free with the console. So I think Sony might do it for $450. I think $450 would be a
So they might give out the game for free,
or they might just do it for $400 and say, hey, free Destiny bundle, limited edition. You know, they might do that, but I think more likely it's going to be $450. I think
they want to go too generous here.
I don't think that they want to go into the $500 price tag. But okay, well, we'll talk about your decision later. Let's talk about the content, all right? The Order 1886, we got some more extended gameplay shown, and not only do the graphics look super realistic, you know, it's a really realistic game, but we finally got to see what the enemies are. And I was originally, when I saw the enemies and I saw the gameplay, I was like, oh, The Last of Us in the 1800s. You know, I was like, oh, I thought it looked so similar to The Last of Us, and then I saw the zombies, I was like, okay, this is The Last of Us, right? And then it started transforming, and I was like, what's going on here? It transformed into this weird, like, werewolf, I guess it's a lichen. It's a lichen, basically, which are old myths. Yeah. And it showed some gunplay and some of the interactive cinematics the developers were talking about, where you actually, it's a mix between gunplay and quick time events and stuff. They also said that the Elder Lichens you cannot defeat through conventional means. Yes. You cannot use weapons. There's going to be like real strategy involved in the combat. Yeah.
And they said it's gonna involve hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, hand-to-hand combat, which is gonna be interesting to see. We haven't seen hand-to-hand combat at all. We just seen shooting.
And from what we saw from what the Lycan could do, it's super powerful. So I don't know how this hand-to-hand combat's going to work.
That thing is terrifying, though. It is. It's pretty terrifying.
It is.
I'm gonna have to get
oh my god. At first I thought it was gonna jump out.
Yeah, I was waiting for a jump scare.
You started hearing growling. I was like, oh shit.
I was waiting for a jump scare, and then I like how they set up how it was a very they're developing it, and everything's cool. I don't have to get over it.
You're fine for quite a while.
I know.
Don't worry.
I was just getting over preparation. All right, so they showed that. A lot of people were flipping out in the theater. However, I could give two shits about Little Big Planet 3, which we were not expecting at all.
Yeah, I mean, it looks fun, but
I'm sorry,
I'm not really big on that stuff.
I did not like the first Little Big Planet at all. I got it because this person at GameStop said it was incredible. I literally played it 2 times. I never touched the game again.
I believe it's more of a family game.
It's more of, I mean, it's a lot of creativity. You build your own levels and stuff, and there's a lot of creativity involved. But I just do not care. I just don't care at all. I just could care less about Little Big Planet at this moment. So, what else?
There was Order. There was Uncharted 4.
We'll talk about Uncharted 4 last. I want to talk about that last. That was the last thing that they showed. Okay, let's talk about Far Cry 4. We actually got
Far Cry 4
gameplay.
What was amazing? Oh, actually, talk about the gameplay. How it looked. Yeah, talk about the gameplay.
Okay, it's very similar to Far Cry 3, which you have to expect because it's it hasn't been. It's only been 2 years since the last Far Cry, so it's very similar to Far Cry 3. I'm interested in the locales. What I want from Far Cry 4 is I want dynamic weather. I want it to all of a sudden me exploring, it starts snowing. There's a big avalanche from the Himalayas, or I want rain to come in. I want dynamic weather. I think that would have made Far Cry 3 really, really awesome, and would have changed up the pacing and the stealth aspects. And I hope that they do that and deliver it for Far Cry 4. I do think the game looks amazing, and I like the return of Kirk, who was a DLC character for Far Cry 3. So, and there's gonna be a co-op campaign. But there's one amazing feature, which I'm gonna let Jake talk about right now, that I never
have a feeling I know what you're talking about.
It's a really, really awesome feature. So go ahead and
they released is they said that you don't even need the game to play the cooperative. Gameplay,
to play co-op.
Right? Yeah.
I could basically somehow invite you to my game. I guess you have like golden, they call it golden tickets, I guess, where basically you get, I'm assuming you pick like 2 people at the most, right? Who you can play co-op with, and as long as you're signed in playing the game, you can invite them and they can immediately just join your game. They don't even have to own the game. That's what's funny. You don't even have to own the game and you can play the game with me. At least that's how they're marketing it. I heard that and I'm like, okay, really? I didn't believe it at first, but that's a really, really interesting feature. And
I don't know how they're gonna do it.
Huge win for Sony. It's only on PlayStation. Yeah, that is a feature only on the PlayStation. Wow. So it's pretty. Just. It's like you don't even know what to expect. So pretty amazing feature. What else did they show? We got Order, we got Far Cry. They showed a lot of indie titles. You saw No Man's. Okay, we'll talk about Batman after No Man's Sky. All right, No Man's Sky is a really anticipated indie game. I know you saw it for the first time.
I think that's what it's called.
Oh, we'll talk about No Man's Sky yet. We'll talk
No Man's Sky.
Okay, so No Man's Sky.
4-man made.
You saw this for the first time, correct? You didn't see. Did you see it at the VGAs? Yeah, No Man's Sky.
I didn't really watch the VGAs, which I'm kind of sad about.
Yeah. Okay. So last year they revealed it at the VGAs. You can go to any planet at any time. It's procedurally generated, which means the game just randomly populates the game as you move on. So basically, you can, from any point in the game, from any planet, you can take off, go into space, and you can land on any planet you want and just explore. It's a really interesting concept. It's coming to the PlayStation. It's making its exclusive console's debut on the PlayStation 4, and it's gonna be pretty cool. Now we'll talk about what's called.
No, but they also said something. No, if I'm correct, it says if 2 people play it, they're not gonna have the same gameplay.
Yeah,
It's
everyone's
gonna
start. Everyone's gonna start with something with a new, I guess, a new planet. They're all gonna start on a new planet, and that's gonna be the planet that you discovered. That's gonna be your first planet because you just woke up there.
Yeah, they'll wake up on a different planet. Each person wakes up on a different planet. Well, I think there's how many planets?
No, it's procedurally generated. It's just random. It's completely limitless.
Okay. So yeah, and they said that they don't even know how far they.
What I'm worried is this: Daylight did procedurally generated levels, and Daylight looked exactly the same almost every single time. I mean, like you'd walk around, you'd be in the maze, and I'm sorry, there was no variation whatsoever with the levels in Daylight, except for, of course, which section of the building you were in. I mean, it was just, Daylight was just an awful game, but the procedurally generated thing it really had going for it, and everything just looked very similar. Yeah. So I'm really hoping that the same fate won't apply to No Man's Sky, which does look really interesting. All right, now we'll move on to
Dead Island 2.
Oh, Dead Island 2, which I freaking hated the first Dead Island. I was expecting it to be Dying Light because he put on the shoes and he started running. So like, okay, Dying Light, right? But no, Dead Island 2. I thought the first Dead Island was a piece of trash, and it was if you played it by yourself. If you played Dead Island co-op, you think the game was good because you played with your friends. But by yourself, when you're playing with no one at all, you're just by yourself in a single-player campaign, the game was an absolute piece of shit. So, and I mean that like with I'm not gonna take that back. You guys know my feelings on Dead Island. I think it was another piece of shit. So Dead Island 2, I saw and I'm like, oh, you know, I thought it was gonna be Dying Light. Oh, you know, this is okay, Dying Light. It looks interesting because it's a mix of Dead Island and also Mirror's Edge parkour. So it's like, okay, Dying Light looks interesting. Then that Dead Island 2, and I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Well, it was just a trailer. It didn't show any gameplay.
Yeah, there was no gameplay of it.
They might have remodeled the whole game. Or...
I don't know. I have no idea. It may just be the same piece of shit it was before.
But
so
we won't find out until there is actual gameplay.
Yeah, that is true. Okay, good. Well, we're reserve our judgment. All right. You want to talk about the developers' Journey, their next game, which is
I think it's called Abu. I think.
Abu. Is it called Abu?
I think that's what it is.
Something like that. You're in a deep blue ocean and you're exploring the sea.
Yeah, it's. I haven't played. What is it called? Discovery.
Journey.
Journey. My bad.
I haven't played it either. I was actually one of the few who haven't played it yet. I know it's been free on PlayStation Plus a couple times, but I just never played the game. I do need to play the game though.
But it seems like Journey is more like just on the land exploring. But for Abu, it's more like underwater.
How much you want to bet we're butchering it? It's not even called Abu. It's probably called like something else.
I know, but
okay, but you guys know what game we're talking about at least, all right? That game, codename Abu, it does look interesting. Will I probably play
it? Made by Giant Squid, if I'm correct.
Giant Squid.
So Giant Squid's game. Let's just call it that.
So we'll see. I mean, we'll see how it is. All right. Now they show more Destiny, which is Destiny. We've already seen Destiny. We know what to expect from Destiny.
They showed more of a story.
I told you, yeah, there was more of a story this time that they showed. I was disappointed, and I told you this before, that the game isn't completely open world. It's just broken off into sections, and you have to load into the next sections, and that you have to create, like, you have to join a new server within that section of the planet. So I was kind of pissed at that, so you don't get to explore the whole freaking open world. But again, it's Destiny. It looks cool. We get first access to the alpha, or at least I do. Sorry.
Sadly.
Sorry, because we went to this PlayStation E3 experience. We originally thought we were going to get the Battlefield Hardline beta key, and we did, but they also gave us the alpha access to Destiny, which is freaking phenomenal. So good job
to them.
Which
was really unexpected, and everybody was happy about.
Yeah, really unexpected. So
sadly, it does not help me.
All right.
Does not help my cause whatsoever.
It does not help him be. You have it pre-ordered right now on Xbox 360, correct?
What? Yeah.
You have Destiny pre-ordered already. All right.
No, for Xbox One actually.
You have it for Xbox One?
Because at first I was choosing the Xbox One, and I ended up not even buying it, which now I gotta take that off.
But see, okay, again, we're gonna talk about your decision later. I'm actually really interested to hear your decision. Okay, so now talking about Batman Arkham Knight, we saw some really good gameplay of it. Let me tell you something. The graphics that is what next gen graphics can bring. I mean, that game looked like an open world game with that level of fidelity. The rain, the way it
looked
hit,
really real.
And first of all, it didn't look like, okay, Batman Arkham Asylum 2 or Batman Arkham City 2. It was like a real advancement for the series with new animations. The Batmobile, it was kind of funny. We saw him crashing through a pillar or something like that. He didn't even give a fuck. And then the Batmobile transforming into a tank, and then you have vehicular combat. Batman Arkham Knight looks amazing.
Tank.
Batman Arkham Knight does look really amazing.
And how you use how you can use your own Batmobile.
What I would really love to see,
up back in the air.
I really want them to reveal that you can actually make the Batmobile change into a bike, and now you have a bike too.
Yeah.
From the movies, you know. I want the bike too.
Do you think that's what? Wait, did they announce that?
No, they didn't announce it yet. But I'm just thinking of something cool.
Because they said that they were trying to focus on the more on the Batmobile. Just because
I know, but the Batmobile
but
the bike is also an extension to what the Batmobile really is, you know? It's an extension. So, wow, we're already... See, this is how long it takes for us to go from that's how long it would normally take for us to go to the Microsoft press conference to home. It freaking takes... Okay, there you guys have it. That's your answer to LA traffic. All right, we're already here.
It's beautiful.
We're already here, and...
What time is it?
It's still like 9 o'clock or something.
I can still make it to work.
No, you're not working tonight. I'm not like, you're not working
As you, I don't know if any of you know, but I work the graveyard shift.
Jacob works
11 o'clock at night to 7 o'clock in the morning.
11 p.m. to midnight.
I have not fallen asleep for 36 hours now.
Yeah, he needs to go to bed. All right, but okay. So Batman Arkham Knight looks amazing. What do you think about Batman Arkham Knight?
I really like it. I haven't played the Arkham Origins though.
Oh,
I mean the Origins one.
Arkham Asylum,
but I heard it wasn't as good. But was it?
I liked Arkham Asylum more than I liked Arkham Origins because Arkham Asylum felt like it was more... It was more confined, and I thought the game was better because it was more confined. There was just, I thought, a much better sense of what you're doing where you are. Whereas in the open world, they had all these villains, and I felt like there wasn't really a lot of development for a lot of the side villains as much. I mean, it was kind of like, oh, just pack it full of content, pack it full of content. I preferred Arkham Asylum, all right? Even though I thought Arkham City was a good game. Arkham Origins was also had a great story, but the quality was not up to par with what Rocksteady did with their Batman series. Like there was glitches, there was some graphical bugs, the game had crashes, and I played it on PC. The graphics looked good. The graphics looked really good, especially with the physics snow particles. All right, but have you played Asylum in Arkham City?
I played Asylum. I've watched my cousin beat Arkham City.
Okay, so you know what happens.
Yeah, so I pretty much know the story.
All right. So the reason that Arkham Origins came out is because Warner Brothers didn't want people to wait so long for the next Batman game. But I think they kind of fucked themselves over because I'm sorry, I'm glad Arkham Knight got delayed to 2015 because it was way too soon for another Batman game. I think Batman needs to take a little break, take a break till next year, and then, okay, fine, I'm ready to get into a Batman game again.
We're gonna have to rush this up because the battery's almost dead.
Oh shit, alright. Okay, so that's Batman Arkham Knight, alright? Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. That title illuminates something in my head that this is going to be the last Uncharted, and I hope it is the last Uncharted because I do not want them to take this series and run it into the ground with stupid sequels and spin-offs that don't even need to happen, alright? Uncharted is a great franchise, but a great franchise needs to realize that, okay, it can't stay great forever, alright? Call of Duty comes out every year, but because Call of Duty comes out every year, the value of what Call of Duty used to be decreases and decreases and decreases.
And now it's just a
There's
common
no innovation.
game.
It's a common game. And I want Uncharted to remain, you know, a pioneer for what third-person shooters can be, all right? And I'm so glad that they're taking a 4-year break from Uncharted 3 because they really needed that break. What's more important is not having a quantity over quality. I'm a person that really does believe in quality over quantity, but it's the impact. You need Uncharted 4 to have that same impact that Uncharted 2 had. It's completely unexpected, it comes in out of nowhere, and it's one of the most amazing games you have ever played in your life. And it needs that impact. And I've never seen graphics that have I mean, I thought...
He looked real.
He looked real. Like, when he walked into the forest, I was like, that's a real person. I couldn't tell the difference. And there's so much Tesla... I never seen anything so beautiful ever in my life. Like, the most detailed character animation ever. And that was all running on PlayStation 4. It wasn't even running on a PC or a dev kit or anything. That was actually running on a PlayStation 4. But as always, you have to take these things with a grain of salt. The graphics could get downgraded. Uncharted 3 got a graphics downgrade. And you really just have to be careful with your expectations with this. However, my initial thoughts. All right, sorry guys, I got interrupted. I'm just gonna edit that together. So yeah, the most realistic freaking. I couldn't believe it. My eyes. I could show that to my parents, and it would be like, oh, what movie is this? You know?
Exactly.
I mean, it's not even like, it doesn't even look like a game, even slightly.
From what I remember,
like,
when they brought Uncharted 2 out, everybody was saying that it was like a movie.
Yeah.
Now
the
it's
graphics
really gonna be a movie.
Looked really good, but again. So what do you think about Uncharted 4? All right.
Well, I've played every single one except the very first.
You never played the first one? What the fuck? You own the first one.
No, I don't. It's my cousin's.
Okay, well, he never picked it. Did he pick it up?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, well,
the day that we were gonna play it, he took it.
Oh my god, the first. Okay, the reason I got a PS3 was because of the first Uncharted. I was a huge Tomb Raider fan back in the day, and then Tomb Raider went under.
I pretty much know the story. Again.
Okay, no, but you need the first one. The first one was really good, and it really will help delve into Sully and Elena's character, Elena and Drake's relationship.
What I can't wait to see in this Uncharted 4 though is because this is going to be its final Uncharted 4, correct?
Well, I'm thinking because at A Thief's End.
Thief's End. That's pretty much saying that's the last one.
Nathan Drake is a thief. He is. He's a thief. So at a Thief's End, really, again. I hope it is the last one because I want this series to end with not having too much releases, but on a good reputation.
Yes.
All right. A lot of people were disappointed with Uncharted 3. I thought it was as good as the second one. I liked it just as much.
I think number 2 is better.
See, I liked it just as much, and I loved the multiplayer in Uncharted 3. I thought it was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay. Uncharted 4. It's coming 2015, and what?
What I can't wait for in this Uncharted 4 is that the fact that they said that they're trying to bring trying to make it personal.
Yeah, because the Last of Us guys are working. No, the guys who did the original Uncharted, like the writer Amy Hennig, she left Naughty Dog, and she's now working on a Star Wars game at Visceral Games. So the Last of Us guys took over, and now they're making make it more personal. I think it's going to be much more bloody. It's probably going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if it's rated M. It might be rated M. Uncharted has already been rated T, so it might be rated, and they might take
for
it up.
its last, I wish it would be personal.
Yeah, I really do. I want to see someone die, and I really do wish. I really in my heart do wish. I know some people are going to say no, but I really do wish that Sully died in the third game because that emotional thing would have just been awesome. And I feel like that was always sort of the writer's weakness, is that they've come to love and grow these characters so much that when it comes to wanting to die them off, they don't want to die them. They don't want to have them die off. They just want to keep on going. But you need that emotional thing. You need to have these characters that you develop die. You need to see that emotion in the faces. And I really feel like this Uncharted, we're going to get a death from, it could be Nathan Drake. And it could be Elena. It could be Chloe. It could be
no, it can't be
Sully.
Chloe.
It could be all of them.
It's gonna be Drake.
It could be Drake. That's what at a Thief's End.
I believe so.
At Thief's End, it could be Drake, or I just don't know at all. So we're almost at your house. Tell us your thoughts on everything, and of course, you said you made your final decision already.
I'm just gonna say my final decision because it turns out this battery's low too.
Oh shit! Let's go.
Okay. So what I was thinking of doing was buying the Xbox One first.
Okay.
Only reason why is because the Destiny bundle it still hasn't announced its price yet. It's probably going to come out once the game comes out. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to have enough time to get the money up for that one as well.
Okay. So you're going to get an Xbox One really soon? And then you're gonna save up and buy the Destiny bundle.
I'm just gonna once it comes on the reservation, I'm fully paying for it.
Okay, I'm pretty sure.
So pick it up and go.
I'm pretty sure it's on reservation. You can probably pre-order it now. But yeah, all right.
Which hopefully you can.
So okay, and what? Okay, really quick, what was the best thing that you saw at the Sony conference that was like the best thing for you?
For Sony?
Yeah, for Sony.
Well, I was a Kingdom Hearts fan, but there wasn't really much on it.
There was no Kingdom Hearts was confirmed to not be on the show.
Yeah, they barely showed anything in the very beginning before they showed the actual Sony Live. But that was nothing. So it was just like a piece of paper, a little scrap of paper. Anyways, I thought I was excited for Uncharted 4.
Obviously, everyone was excited for Uncharted.
Ever since I played number 2, I got hooked to it.
Okay, so those are your thoughts. Those are our thoughts, actually, on everything. Amazing press conference by everyone, I thought. Both Microsoft.
Yeah.
Microsoft, an amazing press conference. I thought they did a phenomenal job. Just showing games back to back. I would have liked to see Halo 5 gameplay. I would have liked to see that.
What I wanted to see is what's it called? I forgot.
Sunset Overdrive?
No, the other one. Scalebound. I think that's what it's called. Or no. I can't believe it. It's one of the games I saw at Xbox conference today, and I can't wait to see gameplay for it. I mean, it's gonna be hard for I don't know how it's gonna work out. I mean, is he gonna have a pet dragon or something, or you able to tame a dragon? I don't know, but it might be one of those games depending on what dragon you have is depending on what armor you have. You have as well.
Talking about Dragon Age Inquisition?
No, not Dragon Age Inquisition.
Which one are we talking about?
It's that.
That Scalebound.
Scalebound, yes.
Scalebound, which he's really into. All right.
Ever since I saw it, but there are other games on the Xbox One that were really, really amazing. But I just can't wait to see how Scalebound's gonna work out.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite interesting. But overall, I thought this year much better than what I thought. It was a build up to next year, but I just thought that they both of them did a phenomenal job. All right.
Yes.
So thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Jacob, for holding the camera and recording and giving them your thoughts. And hopefully we'll do this again next year, where we'll be able to go to EA, we'll be able to go to Ubisoft, and maybe we'll be able to go to Sony too. But it's been a long day. It's been a really long day.
And one question that everybody's probably saying right now is that what is Jacob going to do with his codes?
With his your Battlefield codes?
That is still to be. That is my decision. I don't know yet.
We're gonna see. I'm gonna probably be leaving for home in like an hour.
Maybe a raffle, but I don't know. It depends. If I'm able to play it, I'll be playing it.
Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you next year, and I'll also be doing my own thoughts on E3. I'm gonna be following E3 with the streams and stuff, and I'm gonna be going tomorrow to GameStop to do pre-orders for the end of this year and in 2015. So you guys will see that video very shortly after what you're watching here, because I'm gonna upload all this probably tomorrow or tonight. So, all right, you can shut off now. We're good.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.